Welcome to episode 19. We find out this week what happened when two of our heroes took off to attempt to awaken the Leviathan, as two more stayed within the tunnels, one having frozen off the means of egress, and the other basically hanging out for moral support.
Which is much appreciated. Well, after that nat 1 I rolled, it's a good thing she was there, or that would have been disastrous.
Sure.
It would have. So, who do we want to resolve first? Do we want to go for those who are outside of the city or those within?
So, just a quick question.
Yes.
So, that room that I just froze the plug in,
Yes.
The exits, are they like your typical like ship hatches where you can kind of close them up and seal them?
No.
Yeah.
More like standard hallways. This is meant to be a lived-in city, not a submarine.
Okay, well, just curious, because I was thinking driving home the other day that, seawater does not freeze easily, and I imagine it's going to melt rather rapidly.
Well, hence why those mages around the corner that Casros ran into were actively keeping it frozen. So, as such, you should probably do a quick check to make sure you're still freezing it.
All right.
Oh, so do I need to be like just stuck there continuously freezing this thing?
Yep.
Probably not forever, but for now we should do a check to see how well you're doing.
All right. Well, let's see here. That wasn't a nat 1, thank God.
What's your spell bonus?
So 14.
You're doing fine. You're keeping it solid.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Maybe this is one of those underground rivers that is actually fresh water rolling underneath the ocean. So it freezes.
Possibly.
Pretty lucky.
Yeah. All right, I guess we can probably go outside.
That seems a little too lucky for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's see here. Let me roll a d20. Whoop, made it all the way to the floor with that one. No, it is not one of those fresh rivers underwater.
Darn. Can't listen.
Okay, I guess we can go outside and see how Castros and Alpha are doing. See if they can waken the Leviathan.
Sure, let's check it out. Castros and Alpha, you're in the module that you stole from the insurgents, and you are heading out into the darkness of the beyond to try to find the unconscious Leviathan.
How deep are we?
You're really deep. Several thousand feet. You're well within what we would call the midnight zone on planet Earth.
That's deep.
So deep.
What kind of utilities does this little ship have?
You have... How about something somewhat like the form of an anglerfish with a dongle light, a couple of headlights? I don't know, basic navigational equipment.
Does it have any ability to launch anything outside of the ship?
Yeah, there's like standard issue Starfleet burial torpedoes.
Torpedoes. Got it.
Like if you were going to stick a body or an explosive in, if you're shooting them towards a Genesis planet or just trying to blow something up in a creative way.
So I was telling you, don't. Anyways. Alright. You said a body or an explosive?
Yeah,
Why not
like...
both?
Well, like when they launched Spock onto that planet.
Crushing depths,
Yes.
essentially. Okay. Got it. Well, let's just focus on finding this Leviathan, I guess. First thing first. We have, like, radar, do we? Do we have radar?
It would be sonar.
Sonar.
If
Yeah,
you
yes, you have a dolphin-based sonar system.
go Leviathan looking.
You look down at the thing and it goes bing, and you see a shape that looks like a sausage.
Alpha's the one piloting, right?
Yes.
Cool. I'll navigate Alpha that way.
Okay. It's like vroom.
Alright.
Roll a wisdom check really quick. Just want to see something.
Wisdom.
Not Alpha.
Oh, okay.
That's 18.
Yeah, you definitely navigate, no problem. You're able to interpret what you see. Alpha, we already rolled you last week to make sure that you were able to control this technology. So you're making your way there, basically to the head of the sausage.
Ooh. Sausages.
Tasty. Can't wait to find the giant sausage.
Would you like das Bratwurst?
Alright.
Jimmy Dean.
Oh, gross. Anyway. So you eventually get to a point where your radar is saying you're basically at the rounded end of the sausage.
Pure
Do we
out
see
the window.
anything? Like any eyes or anything around it?
Roll me... Let's see. Roll me a nature check. Both of you can do it if you want to be looking around.
I think my nature is pretty crap. Yes, it is crap.
22.
Okay. Oh, I got 19.
I got
So a 19 and a 22, you both look and point and say, aha! I'm pretty sure that's the head.
cool.
Okay.
Now what? But doesn't appear to, other than the torpedo system, there's no like casual way to alert a Leviathan.
Correct. So you will have to figure something out.
Is there anything in the torpedoes that we can use as a poke system? Like, are they
Well, you have
explosive?
your-
Are they?
Yes, there's some standard explosive yield ones, and there's, like I said, there's one that you can like put a body into and launch it.
Suggesting.
So I'm mostly doing it as the reference to Star Trek 3. Or 2, Wrath of Khan. Was that Wrath of Khan? I think that was Wrath of Khan.
Wrath of Khan was 3, I think.
3?
No,
Okay.
Wrath of Khan is 2. At the end of Wrath of Khan, they shot Spock onto that forming world.
Yeah, the
I
Genesis
thought
project.
Star Trek
Yeah.
4 was when they went back and like to the 80s to save the
That's
whales.
the whales one.
Yeah. Star Trek
That was
3
like right after.
Spock.
Oh, okay.
God, you nerds. Having this discussion. Anyways, so
You're playing D&D. What do you...
I was waiting for someone to bring that up.
Nerds.
Nerds. Nerd. Nerd. Anyways, so how do we want to do this? You were saying you could potentially fit a body inside this torpedo if we were to dismantle one.
Yes,
Yeah.
although I did not intentionally mean that at first. That's where we've ended up.
I think that's a bad idea. This is crush depth.
Well, torpedoes don't get crushed.
Until they
What?
impact the Leviathan.
Do we just want to shoot a torpedo at the Leviathan? What is the status of the Leviathan? Is it sleeping?
As far as you can tell, it is unconscious.
We want to like aim a torpedo near the Leviathan and just not hit it?
Or we could hit it. I don't think a torpedo would do that much damage.
I mean, sure, let's just fire a torpedo at it and see where that gets us.
I'm just trying to think, like, is this the healthiest of choices we have? Also, like, what if it thinks we're the ones who are bad?
Then it chases us back to the place.
Okay, I guess
Then-
that's an option.
Yeah, then you head right for the instigators, the insurgents' mothership, and kind of, hide around that.
There you go.
Okay, I guess, so do we try and fire, do we have access to the torpedo bays at all to see what's inside?
You have firing controls from where you're at.
Okay.
We could near it to alert it or wake it up. We don't have to fire at it completely. Just near enough for a shockwave.
Well, you're the nature expert.
Yes. Not in water, but I think probably.
Well, water doesn't count. No.
It doesn't. Forest only, bucko. Anyways, let's just fire it like near. If we're at the head of the sausage Leviathan, then let's just like fire it like.
Fire a warning shot across its nose.
Don't hit it.
I said across its nose, not up it.
Anyways, let's fire near it, but not so that it hits it, and just trigger a shockwave through the water to potentially wake it up.
Okay, I guess we can try. Yeah.
Sure. Give me those fire controls.
Yeah, you're in the back. I'm just piloting, so I guess it's you have control of the weapon systems.
Alright. Let's see, how do we aim this?
I guess Alpha just kind of directs in the general direction of the head and stops the craft.
That works. Alright, I will familiarize myself with the weapons controls and fire nearby the Leviathan, but not hit it.
Okay, you make this attempt. Roll me a 1d20 and tell me what you get.
15.
Good job. You successfully fire into the ground near where its resting head is. There's a giant plume of dust and debris as it obscures all vision. And let me roll. It moves back and forth, but does not rouse. Whatever is making it rest, whatever is keeping it asleep, is more powerful than just that explosion.
Do we hit it now? Just like...
What if we take the craft and go and just kind of nudge it? Like, bonk.
just poke it.
Boop it on the nose.
Boop it on the nose.
Sure, why not? Alpha, take us in there.
Engage.
All right, boopage shall commence. I guess, yeah. Flying or crawling in to see if it works.
You're just gonna slam into it?
Well, nudge it. Does it have a nose or anything?
You can generally get to the point where I mean, you know what the average face looks like. You could be like, yeah, that's where the nose would be.
I guess, yeah, we go and try to tickle the nose.
Do a cartoon and just like tickle its nose, make it sneeze.
I like this. Well, Alpha, you're piloting. Roll me a 1d20 and tell me what you get.
11.
You kind of come down and you run into it, but instead of hitting the nose, you like hit right below it. You hit its palate, like between the nose and the mouth. And then it kind of takes almost a snoring sigh and blasts you backwards like in a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Okay. Just trying to think. What if we put a torpedo up the nose?
Are there little nostrils?
Fish have nostrils.
They do. And nostrils.
And nostrils, I guess. Yeah, sure. Let's find a nostril and shove a torpedo up it.
All right, you realign yourself. You get like in latitude with the nostril, and roll me a firing check, I guess.
I guess that's you since you're the weapons control. I'm just piloting.
There's no plus on that, is there?
It's Not really. I'm trying to think of what an appropriate one would be. And you're
4.
just... yeah, that doesn't go well. You miss the nose completely. You fire into the mouth. And, you know, just for fun, I'm going to check something.
Fun.
I gave you 2 check rolls on that just to be curious, and I got a 2 and a 7. So yeah, you just kind of blasted it into the mouth, and it's just kind of like, whatever.
Oh, well, that's good. The worst thing that could happen is we actually kill the Leviathan trying to wake it up.
Oh no, you're not gonna kill it from that. It's just basically like sleeps through it because it didn't actually hit anything important.
Try again.
Does this module come equipped with light?
Yeah, we have lights. Otherwise, we won't be able to see it at all.
Try shining a light in its eyes.
Gee, that's a real great idea, Dane. A torpedo ain't gonna wake it up. I know, a bright light. Oh, damn.
It's used to dark. Yeah.
Pretty shining lights on it.
Sure. Just the craft lights, or did you have a magical means you wished to attempt?
Cast actually, I could, but no. I can't cast anything outside of the ship that would do anything. So.
Okay. Well, I guess pilot that craft up to its eye and give me a roll to see if you press the button properly, I guess.
Rolling again?
Just roll a 1d20 and tell me what you get.
7.
You turn it on, but you don't seem to be able to get an angle that gives you any type of reflection that gives a good response.
Half of it's just gonna be us trying to wake up this stupid Leviathan.
I'm just wanted to see what you guys would try.
If it wasn't such crushing depths, there's other things we could try, like getting out of this vehicle to do something. But the problem is, we'd all be crushed.
Exactly. It's like, I have a thunder wave that would probably work, but it's a radiant thing. And yeah, it would probably work, but we can't do that, so unless I were to get out of the ship.
Can't you aim it? Pick a spot outside the ship for it to
No, it's
originate?
completely radiant from me. I can't pick a spot. How far does... One sec. How far does this thing reach? Nope, not anywhere near enough. Okay, I don't know, can that work?
What?
I think it can. There's nothing saying it can't. A moonbeam underwater.
Yeah, I don't know why it couldn't.
Yeah, and it's any point within range, which is 120 feet, so it can be outside the ship. You can try it. So, I guess I'll cast that.
Okay, so where are you casting Moonbeam to within 120 feet of your vessel?
Probably no... gills are the most sensitive things on most aquatic animals, so probably aim for the gills. Let's find the gills and aim for that.
All right, Alpha, roll me a roll to see if you can pilot to the gills.
All right. And the Gilly Cuddy. No, he cannot. I rolled a 3.
Yeah, he tries to get you towards the gills, and you end up in, like, the armpit.
Okay, well, let's go back to the head then. Just aim for, like, the eye or nose area.
Alpha, roll me another roll and tell me you're being told to try and go back and find the head.
11.
You find roughly the end of it. It might be the head. You're just not sure what part of it you're going to hit. You can kind of see the outline, but not clear enough. What do you want to try and do? Just use it or move again?
Alpha is not so familiar with fleshbag anatomy, so he defers to the co-pilot.
Could I, like, help Alpha navigate by rolling, like, a nature check to see what part of the animal we're at?
You could roll a nature check to tell him, to, like, give him a description, but I don't know how well it's going to work out. Like, I would basically, if you rolled well enough to give him a description, I would give him advantage on a location roll, like a navigation roll.
Try. That's 15.
Yeah, that's a really good description. You basically say, okay, Alpha, check this out. You are between like the ear and the eye, and we need to get to the gill, which is usually behind the ear. So you need to slide down along the neck until you find this like soft little enclave.
Okay. Let's see if he can actually do it. I roll.
So you get advantage. So whatever the highest number you get is.
Oh, good, because my first roll was 4, and the second roll is 16.
Well, 16, you go, I now understand, little flesh bag. This is where we're going.
I can be more efficient construction of flesh bags. This seems highly unusual.
Yeah, we get it. All right. I'm aware you and I do not see eye to eye on flesh bag anatomy, but... So we find the gills?
Yes, you found the gills.
Perfect. All right. I'll direct a moonbeam at the gills.
Alrighty.
That is... Yeah, a lot. That's a 26 to hit.
Wow, yes, you nail it perfectly in the softest spot of its gill.
Perfect. All right. Should I roll damage?
Yeah, I actually would like to know what you get.
That's actually 18.
Damn.
Actually, it can make a Constitution saving throw to take half.
It's gonna automatically fail because it's unconscious.
Yeah, so yeah, 18. 18 radiant.
You get an immediate raising of the head and a twitch and movement that sends your craft spiraling backwards as the water itself is like caught up in a tornado, basically, an undertow, if you will, and you're sent spiraling kind of back towards the city. Now would be a good time to navigate away. Alpha, give me a roll.
17.
You successfully right the craft and head back towards the city. So you're heading towards it.
We didn't die horribly immediately.
The Leviathan is writhing and flailing and moving around. And it starts to lift itself, and you can just feel the water around you tremble. But where are you headed? What are you going to do?
I guess towards some sort of hole-looking area where we can get through back into the city.
Okay, do you go through like a similar water dock like you did initially?
I guess. I mean, originally the water dock was literally just a hole in the wall.
Well, that's where you got this vessel from, but I was talking about how you entered the facility using their original technology.
Yeah, I mean, if we can find one. Driving
give
to
me a
something
check.
that looks holy.
Here, I just rolled, beat my number.
13.
You go up under a building, and at first you hit the wrong one. You just like crunch into someone's living room floor and realize that's not the right place to go. So you fly off to another location, and eventually you find what you're looking for.
Happened eventually.
Well, it takes you another few minutes, and you're like, oh, wait, yeah, that's right. It looked like that over there, not this thing. Obviously, that's a dock and not someone's house.
But we do find one. How close is the Leviathan at this point?
It's pretty far from you. I mean, it's spinning around the city, starting to attack the attacking vessels.
Oh, perfect.
So now we just need to find a little cozy spot in the city where it's not mayhem and cozy down for a bit.
All right. Well, you go in and you do that. You jump out of your vessel, and you're like, okay, I'm good.
We did it, Alpha. We did everything. Dane and Ray should totally worship us when we get back.
If we still are, we're still alive.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
Yeah, you guys inside you've successfully staved off the water coming in. You've held it off. Some of the local merfolk have come running and joined you. They have started, the people who are actually skilled in this repair have started repairing the tunnels and are helping keep the water out. You are told to go away, go down to one of the control rooms and wait for orders.
All right, so we do so.
All right. You guys do that. The other guys, you're hiding out somewhere. So I guess, what is it, Alpha and Castros together? You two eventually have someone come for you and say, all right, the attack has ended. Come with us. Do you resist or just go with them?
Yeah, I'll go with. Why not?
Okay. They take you to the same control room that Dane and Ray are in, and eventually you guys meet up before you're greeted by whoever is now in command. Well, this was a hell of a day. Not sure what to do with the two of you. I mean, four of you. For now, you're going to have to spend some time in their brig. Pending a trial, we'll make a final decision.
A trial?
Guards. Yes. Guards, take them into custody.
Well, that's a lot of thanks for us helping actually save your city.
So at this point, the administrator was walking away, hears you say that, and kind of half turns its head and says, yes, we appreciate your help, though it wouldn't have been necessary had you not brought this attack in the first place. And then continues to walk away.
Well,
Alpha just turns to the group and says, is this normal fleshbag behavior? I am getting very confused as we're here, far from the surface.
I don't know if I would call it well, I guess from a psychology standpoint, if you're talking about an insulated xenophobic species, it might be considered somewhat normal.
They built a water wall and, to keep all the visitors out?
Pretty much.
Does Alpha get to keep his staff that he's been carrying around?
I didn't know he was carrying the staff.
Yeah, he picked one up from the people. He thought it was really interesting.
Sure. They assume it's just a walking stick.
Hey!
Nice.
Alpha has something to entertain him, so he doesn't care if he goes to jail, because he can inspect this staff that he picked up.
Well, then you walk with your staff down the hall, but faster than a cannonball.
Castors can easily escape jail if he wants, so he's kind of just upset that they aren't I can't talk. That these people aren't appreciating our efforts, but it's not like jail is the worst thing to be in.
All right. Well, you guys are locked up and sealed away. The guards take their leave eventually. And after several hours, you have a visitor. It's the technician from the room that you had broken into when you picked the lock. And he comes in and says, Hey, I know everyone in the leadership is kind of skeptical and against you guys, but I was there. I know what you did. Thank you so much. I totally owe you. You saved everyone.
Yeah, well, what do you think the leadership is going to do?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, there's a lot of talk right now. I mean, there's some factions that are really angry and they're blaming you for the entire attack. There's some of those that were here that were in the room with me, and we know how much you guys helped out, how much you fought back and saved us. But there's the intel community that's saying that the attack would have never happened if it wasn't for you guys. So I don't know what's gonna go on. I don't know what to do.
You gonna let us go?
I don't know. I could get into a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Bigly trouble.
What do you say?
Yes, I could get into trouble bigly.
Bigly trouble?
That's the worstest of troubles, is the bigly trouble.
The bigly trouble. Oh, not the bigly trouble. I wish it was a smally trouble.
I hope no English teachers have to watch our podcasts.
It's kind of hard for them to watch our podcast.
Yeah, they can only listen to it. Even more reason why an English teacher wouldn't want to.
Hey, be nice to English teachers in the U.S. They have a hard enough time speaking a foreign language to begin with.
Right. Well, how about this?
You know, the ongoing joke internationally is Americans don't speak English, they speak American.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
It is kind of
That's
true.
kinda true.
Yeah.
And we generally only do that poorly.
You mean not goodly?
Yeah, yes,
very,
not
very
good.
not goodly. Very, very not goodly.
Dane's face palming over here for context.
No, Dane's not doing it. I'm doing it. This is different. No, I'm just. It hurts. It hurts how true that statement is.
Anyways,
Anyway,
so
and
It is the true.
And Ray, wasn't it your mentor that had the boyfriend that had the center for kids that can't read good and want to do other stuff good too?
No comment.
well, honestly, Castros will let you guys talk to a technician person. Like, he honestly does not care what happens next as long as it's interesting.
so Dane's gonna ask. Well, so Dane's gonna ask the technician. Well, tell you what. Can you tell us where the Sword of Theseus is? If you can't let us out.
God, you guys are still going on about that? Yeah, I know where it is. It's down the hallway from my office. It's not hard to find.
Huh.
Would it happen to be in the generator room or on the other side of that one wall that those merfolk were trying to break through?
Well, yeah, where else would it be? That's what they were trying to get to.
Is that how you guys get your powers from that sword?
What powers? No, it's... Look, I've only been doing this job for a little while, but as far as I know, we just use that sword because it's made of some weird material to channel a defensive field. You know, it helps, like, protect us in case something ever happens with the Leviathan. But, I mean, hey, you guys did good. You woke him up, and he, I guess, ate everyone.
Okay.
That's what I like to hear. Anyways.
I was confused.
All right,
There are no backup systems?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I only deal with one small part of this. Do you expect everyone in my entire civilization to know every part of our technology?
Yes.
That's just absurd. Learn about specialization, man. Well, it's called special. Yes, I know, but it's called specialization. Each person does something very specific and to the benefit of others.
Seems highly unstable. What happens if the specialists are incapacitated?
Well, do you expect every single person in a society to know everything there is to know about medicine and engineering and design and all of those things?
Potentially. What are the limiting factors to not learning these things?
Well, a single merfolk lifespan, for one.
So you are saying that your flesh bags leave you limited. Have you heard the word of Gond and what it can bring your society?
Well, what's it going to bring me? Extended life?
Yes.
How?
And he just gestures to his body.
Oh, so I have to, like, rip my soul out and put it in a mechanical being?
Why not? You seem to be flawed as you are. Why not improve? Upgrade.
Grade.
You know, I remember when I was a child, there was a story about people upgrading. I believe we called them the Cybermen.
People sound very good. Are they unified as an intelligence so they can function more efficiently?
Well, I guess they were. They all followed a Cyber Leader 01.
Fascinating. Tell me more. Okay, we'll just leave it trail off for that. And
yeah, that's probably a good thing. He tells the story of how like the Cyber Leader gained emotion and destroyed the entire like group by realizing the horrors of a mechanical existence.
Highly inefficient.
All right. Did someone want to try to actually roll a persuasion to get this guy to like open the door to let you out?
Buddy out. I'm good. I don't need help from somebody
Well,
else.
I was thinking we would just let him go on his merry way, and then we would try and pick the lock and let ourselves out.
Yeah.
This is what I figured we would do, and then that way he's got plausible deniability, and we can just sneak around without anyone else knowing.
Yeah. Seems like
Okay, Alpha, roll me a religion check really quick.
Alpha has a benefit to religion. Yes, he does.
He better as a cleric or as a monk.
17.
Yes, as you leave, he kind of looks back and pushes a couple buttons, which makes a locking mechanism appear behind a plate on the inside of the room.
Did he reveal the keys to our escape?
What does this locking mechanism look like?
Like a compact disc, a little hole in the middle and shiny around the outside.
Okay.
Oh. Also, I think we just want to break out before trial anyways, because it seems like even if we do get on their good side, they're not going to give us that sword willingly, so we'll just have to steal it.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep.
We helped you win a war, now you give us this, and we are on our merry way, and you can't stop us.
Pretty much.
Yep.
All right. So is the hole in the middle of this locking mechanism like a keyhole then type thing?
It's something like that, yeah.
Well, let me go out as like what does this prison look like? Is it like a bar system or like
TNG brig?
That tells me nothing.
Oh my god. So like it's the holding cell. They put like the Q and the Klingons in Next Generation. Like it's a really clean, nice room. It's got some bathroom facilities. Like what they put Hannibal Lecter in.
Lecter was not in a very nice facility.
He had a desk and a nice place. I mean, compared to the rest of the facilities.
It was as nice as could be expected in a dank basement, I guess. But anyway,
are there holes? Is what I'm asking.
What she's asking: can Castros get to the locking mechanism?
No. Yes, it's in the cell with you.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if I can wild shape into something small-ish and fit through the bars. But if there are no bars in the room, I can't do that.
No, you cannot wild shape out of this.
Exactly. That's what I was asking. Can we just like break it down with brute force?
You can try. Just roll me and tell me what you do.
No, I was asking. I wasn't.
Okay. Everything's possible. It just depends on how you roll.
True. Why don't we just bash through? Somebody goes and grabs the sword. Somebody readies the escape pod. We just bash through and run before guards can get to us.
Not the worst plan I've heard.
It's not the dumbest plan we've had. It's pretty dumb, but it's not the dumbest.
All right, we're not going to listen to Castros right now.
Bruh.
We're going to try and see if we can pick the lock and sneak stealthily out.
Okay.
You're no fun. You just don't like time limits.
All right, so you're going to go finger the hole, or what are you going to do?
Well, I have lock-picking tools.
Okay. Well, I just didn't know what you had available. I'm assuming you still had them, but I wasn't sure.
Yep, I still have them. If not me, then Ray still has them because she's the one that successfully picked it last time, right, Ray?
Nah, you did.
Oh,
I
did I?
was just your one.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to investigate the hole with my lock picking tools.
Go for it. So that's just a D20 plus Dex or D20 plus sleight of hand. That's right.
Okay. Ooh, nice. So that's 19.
Yeah, you stick it in there, you wiggle your prod around, and you eventually bring the rake back, and the whatever it is that's holding the door closed in front of you opens up, and you're able to get out.
Cool. All right. Somebody readies the escape pod. The other people grab a sword.
So yeah, let's make our way back. Sneak around, see if we can't make our way back to that generator room.
All right, first, everyone roll me stealth.
Oh God. Stealth checks our enemy. Oh, actually, Casper's got an 18.
Oh God, Dane
I
got
got
a
an
5.
18.
Wait, so are we sneaking around?
We're sneaking around.
Okay, well then, I have something that can actually help us out. Ha ha ha.
Oh, good.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
Dane needs all the help he can get.
Okay, so I can cast Pass Without Trace. Which basically means, let me get the book real quick.
Why don't you people write this down?
I need to remember to write it down, but
Yes. You just
anyway.
A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including yourself, has a +10 bonus to dexterity, stealth, checks, and can't be tracked except by magical means.
Ooh.
Yep. Good.
So we're gonna be all undetected.
roll to cast.
Alrighty. That's a 9.
Do you have a
Hey,
spell
you-
casting bonus?
Yeah, I added it.
It's not
Oh,
a failure.
oh, geez.
So...
It's not a failure because you're all willing targets, so you successfully cast it. And then, Dane, what was your roll? I didn't hear you.
Well, it was a 5.
It was a 5, but you get the +10, so that's a 15.
Yeah.
And then, Ray, what do you get?
Just roll d20 or
Yeah.
I got a 9.
But plus
So
10.
that becomes a 19. Not quite as good as Casros and Alpha's 28, but still good enough. So Casros and Alpha, you are just stealthy as it gets. You're like sliding down hallways, looking around corners. No one can see you no matter what. And you're signaling Dane to follow, who is just barely able to keep up and not cause a scene, basically.
Alpha are MVPs this episode. It's like, we got the Leviathan. We're being the sneakiest. We're doing great.
So you guys make
even
it
doing
down
like
the
Mission
hall.
Impossible, like.
Alpha and Casper just like hum that under their breath, like hum that as they like sneak down the halls.
Hell, at a 28, I'll say you're doing it in perfect sync.
Alpha and Casper's just
It's-
jamming while Ray and Dane follow
Lower our
behind.
voices so the mere folk think it's coming from around the corner and distracts them out of our way. Like, what is this strange music?
Yes.
I love it. All right. So you make your way all the way to that hallway where there was the old control room, the access where those guys were fighting, and you see that there's burn marks all over. They haven't repaired this area yet, but the crystalline door has been taken down now that the battle is over, and you can see when you're looking down the access through to the chamber, there is standard fantasy like swords floating in the middle of a beam of light. It's white, illuminating the room. There's shiny electronic stuff kind of on the outside, and there's a single guy that's currently working in there doing something. His back is turned to you.
Perfect.
Snake stab him.
Stab him? Dane's gonna ask Alpha, hey, can you render this guy here unconscious without alerting anybody else?
Can try.
Or Castros
Alphonse looks at his fist.
person.
Oh, well, yeah, Castros could probably...
That might be the smarter option, the safer one. Why is Castros proposing the safer option? Never mind. Alpha, you go ahead. Go ahead. You go for it.
I guess I have to roll for an attack. All
Yep.
right.
Roll to attack, but you can just declare it's non-lethal.
Yeah, it's a non-lethal, and I get... What is this with all this? It's just plus dex, right? As my attack bonus, or proficiency plus dex?
I believe since you're a monk, you're proficient at punching, so it's proficiency dex plus the roll.
Okay, then 26.
Holy crap. Yep, you hit him right perfectly in the temple.
Cool.
I'm just imagining like, throwing the voice and having him distracted to the side, and then all of a sudden, fist to the temple, boom! And then as the guy collapses,
Oh, I was thinking more like Alpha goes up and he's like, Gondian neck pinch, and then punches him.
Undo chop.
As like the guy goes down, Castro's just in the back goes, Ta-da!
Just out of curiosity, Alpha, how much damage did you do with that punch?
Oh gosh, it's a 1d6 plus 4, so 5 damage. I rolled the lowest possible.
Okay, you knock him down. He's actually not quite unconscious, but I'm gonna say you're there, you're observing, you're gonna be able to KO him pretty quickly.
All right, I'm just imagining like this: go to sleep, just keep punching in the face until he's knocked out.
Yeah, basically, I don't want you to have to roll for that. That's just disturbing.
Just curious, let's see what other damage, like, would have taken, the next punch would have been 10 damage.
Yeah, you stand over him, apologizing and repeatedly punching him until he's unconscious. All right, so that happened. All right, you guys are standing in the room with the floating, glowing sword of Theseus in the middle.
Cool. Alright, you guys ready to run once we grab this sword?
We have that escape hatch.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We run to the escape pod.
Should we do like an Arcana check on that light or anything?
Sure,
maybe?
I will.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's an 8.
Even with the 8, you can tell there is just magic pouring out of the middle of this room.
We'll probably be able to tell.
Well, yeah, I'm just worried about the actual light being, the thing being booby-trapped, or if it's just...
Oh, no, it's not booby-trapped, because they would have never expected any of their people to come in to steal something like this.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Naive. Alright.
Alright.
Who wants to grab the sword and we all book it?
Well, how high up off the floor is this sword floating?
Oh, I don't know, let's say that there's a kind of a pedestal with some controls around it about 3 feet tall, and that would put the hilt a good, 6.5 feet off the ground.
Dane can reach.
Castros can, he's 5'7". Can Castros grab the sword?
Yes.
Cool, alright guys, get ready to run. I'll just go and grab it.
Do me a quick constitution check.
Oh god. 16?
You feel very tingly, like static electricity wise. Your hair stands on end. You feel goosebumps all over. And you're able to overcome it, and you pull the sword out. And as you do so, there's some little sparks and zaps. very cool, like wharf lightning effect, or I guess anime sparky showers.
Oh, what fun. That's a fun feeling. Alpha, you should try this.
Ooh, interesting.
And as you do so, the white light turns red, and you hear as alarms start to sound.
Let's run. We're going.
Yep,
we're running.
We're running.
Running for the escape pod. Go, go, go.
Yeah, we're running straight for the escape hatch.
Okay, you book it. Everyone roll me a athletics check.
Oh, God. Oh, God. 14.
Okay.
Athletics.
Ray
Ooh.
got a 15.
Nice.
Dane got a 22.
Alpha's
Nice.
distracted. He got 9.
Okay.
He's obsessed with the sword right now.
So you guys all just absolutely book it, except for Alpha, who like keeps looking back as he's trying to go and just slams sideways into the wall, missing the corridor completely. He's just marveling at the technological advancement of this civilization compared to everything else he's witnessed in the world. So he's behind you. You guys are making it down the hall. You get into the kind of the mid chamber. You take a left. You're running down towards where you know those are. And Alpha, you lose sight of them around the corner.
Can I hear them?
Yeah, sure. You hear them running. You hear the shh, be quiet. And they're running as fast as they can as the alarms are going off. But more importantly, you hear down long way away, people saying, "Quick! Down to the shield room, immediately!"
Oh no. Alpha double time to go catch up with everyone.
Cool. Well, yeah, you definitely can make it.
It's not like he's slower than anyone else around here. So yeah, he doubles up and says, "Must move faster. Must move faster. Go, go, go."
Must go faster. Must go faster.
That's basically what I was expecting, but I wanted to, wanted to check.
Okay.
I'm just imagining like the party loses track of him, and then you just see him rounding the corner, and it's like the Captain America when he passes by Falcon. It's like on your left.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Only instead of saying on your left, he just says, "Must move faster. Must move faster. Go, 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 go."
all right. Alright. So, escape pod. What's the sass on that?
All right, you guys jump inside. This is completely foreign technology. So I need you to everyone roll a wisdom check to see if you figure it out.
Castro got 21.
Oh yeah, Castros, you got this.
Do the rest of us even need to roll?
Well, yeah, because you all went into different pods. It's like at the end of Spaceballs when they all jump into the pods.
Oh, I was hoping we could all fit in the same pod.
Ray got a
Nope,
19.
19? Okay. No, they're all individuals.
That sucks.
Does Alpha have any advantage because he's piloted this technology before?
Sure, I'll give you a +3.
Yay! Because that puts me at 14 then. Because I rolled
All
really
right.
bad.
Dane got a 9.
Okay, so first off, Castros jumps in and is like, "I got this." You push the button and fire off. And then Ray jumps in and is like, "Oh, cool, this is really intuitive." And you hit the button and launch off. And Dane, you're slapping all over the place. And you look at Alpha horrified. And you're like, "What do I do?" And Alpha just points. And you see him pointing up at there's a big red button that says launch. And you're like, "Oh, okay." So you hit that, Alpha hits his, and you two launch away. Now,
Cool.
and then the last thing I'm going to have you guys do really quick as you are all launching out of here towards the surface is I just would like everyone to roll me a perception check and tell me what the numbers are.
7.
16.
Okay.
Ray got an
Okay.
18.
7, 16, 18.
Let's see. 17. Dane got 17.
So 16,
Okay.
17, 18.
That's pretty good. So basically everyone sees this. As you launch out of there, you see what looks like almost a mushroom cap. You know, what you would experience from being in the forest, seeing a mushroom cap that just shrinks smaller and smaller. And then you recognize the Leviathan spin around the city and its mouth open up wide and just come down on the center of it and take a massive bite right out of the core.
We've doomed a society.
And then you launch up to the surface. Your escape capsule fires out of the water and then lands sideways. And then followed under you is a great boiling mass of air that throws you around and pushes you to the side. And you sit there dead in the water for a while before all of a sudden you hear clanging and banging and you feel yourself being towed aboard a ship.
This is your benevolent GM, and this is an ad break. We have a book. Please visit Azentuary.com for Azentuary, the Saga of Erda. Basically, season 1 of our podcast. Learn all of the weird inside jokes. Get to read the adventure instead of listen to it. And solve the mystery that is Erda. Again, that's Azentuary.com, where you can order your copy today.
Okay.
Cool, alright. But, so the Leviathan, like, immediately attacked the city again, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they get for being tiefling racist. I feel no remorse for them.
Of course not. Yeah. Dane's like, is there anything that we can do that doesn't result in the destruction of something that we're trying to save in the first place?
Nope.
Welcome
Well, considering that your normal reaction is like chop first and ask questions later, I think that's a little bit of a hypocritical like reaction to this thing.
I was gonna say, like, Castors could have casted Charm Person on that one guy, but you're just like, Alpha, take him out, and I'm like, okay.
Well, because your first thing was like, let's stab him.
Well, it could have done that too.
Yeah, you didn't say, hey, let's charm person. You're like, we should just kill him. So I'm like,
No,
well, let's try for the non-lethal method first.
You should remember what Castors is capable of, and then maybe if you ask him nicely, he'll go the peaceful route.
I'm trouble trying to keep track of my own character without Casseros. Anyway, I just didn't feel like trying to put our lives into the hands of xenophobic merfolk, so it seemed like that was the best option.
Yep. So you're probably going to be racist and tell us no anyways, because you have a tiefling with your group. And tieflings are the spawn of Satan.
And they were blaming us for the whole attack anyway, but it'd be kind of nice if we could actually...
Just because they're literally the spawn of Satan doesn't mean they're the spawn of Satan.
True.
Yeah, so... Anyway. Okay.
They deserved it. Case in point, they deserved it.
I don't know if they deserved it.
Yeah, they deserved it. Anyways, we were pulled aboard. We were towed along by something, or so it feels.
Yes, so I just wanted to give you guys a chance to collect yourselves. And there is I do have an entire lore and history for why all that just happened, which, depending on how things go, you might find it out, but who knows?
Okay.
So anyway, you get towed aboard this ship, and you find a bunch of very confused looking humans just kind of looking at you and going,
So, how did you guys get out here and in such weird dinghies?
It's a long story, and I don't feel like getting into it right about now.
Yeah, Castor still has the sword, doesn't he?
Actually, I think Alpha has a sword. Because he was looking at it, and that's why he hit the wall.
True. Alright, Alpha has the sword. That's fine. Castor's probably going to go sit somewhere and take care of Jeremy.
okay. All right, sounds good. So Alpha has the sword, and you guys are all just kind of chilling there. Okay, sounds good. Let's see. So you guys eventually, after getting some time to basically calm yourselves, recuperate, whatever. You eventually get visited by the captain, who is a not particularly attractive individual. Human, probably 50, 60 years old, though it's hard to tell. His face is scarred from the salt water of the sea. He wears multiple layers of wool clothes with an eye patch. Everything about him seems just like hard and dark. And he walks over and he says,
So, where are you headed?
We want to head.
Just wherever our heart takes us at the moment, I guess.
Well, no, I mean we need to probably get back to. Find a way back into what is it, the Weir.
Yeah, for Theseus.
So we need to
Go back to the city we were in before.
Yeah,
I have a feeling they'll find us no matter what, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. We just need to make landfall somewhere.
You say you just need to make land. Okay.
Okay. You're just not interested in being on the sea, eh?
No, there's some place that we have to be, and it's not on the ocean.
Gotcha.
You must be on the sea, eh?
Well, we can get you to the nearest port. Won't take you no further, unless you're looking for becoming crew. You're gonna have to work for it.
Oh, working. Sea people.
Well, let's see here. What, we can't just pay for our passage?
Oh, I'm happy to take coin. Didn't think you had any. Usually when we fish people out of the ocean, they don't have anything on them.
Well, let's see here. Trying to figure out, I'm sure I wrote that down.
You did. The gemstones we got, right?
Yep. All right. So how much would it cost for us to just buy passage to your nearest port?
Well, you've already got passage. The question is, how nice of a passage do you want? Make me an offer I can't refuse.
Says, oh, I have heard of this. Do we have any equines available?
No, Alpha, we don't. Let's see.
Unfortunately, I do not know how to satisfy this request.
Well, how's tell you what. How's 50 gold pieces?
That's a lot.
Hey, I could set you up in my first mate's quarters. You hear his first mate, hey, what up, me? Yeah, you shut up down there!
All right. So I dig out one of the gems that we looted from the sarcophagi, and I hand him a gem that's you said was worth about 50 gold pieces.
Awesome. His eyes kind of glisten, and he says,
I'll set you up real nice.
he motions you follow him as he walks over to where his first mate stays.
Little do we know, this gem is actually cursed, and as soon as the captain touches it, evil deeds will befall upon the ship.
Oh,
It's the
man.
Pharaoh curse.
You are such a ray of sunshine.
Well, I wasn't going to go there.
But now that you've mentioned it,
Oh, but now that we have the idea, the Leviathan attacks.
Let's not.
Yeah, thank you.
all right. I mean, Castros doesn't care about no first mate's quarters. He'll just like go up in the crow's nest and sleep up there under the stars.
I feel bad for the first mate.
Oh, he can chill with Castros. I'm sure Castros is probably warm. He probably emanates like constant heat.
Oh, great. Castros. So
Castros can share his thoughts about life with the first mate.
apparently Castros and the first mate are going to spoon.
Okay. That we have established that it is canon that Castros has the most opportunities of everyone to produce a viable offspring with basically any species.
For our listeners, off recording, we have decided that Castros is the most likely.
Well, no, it's not necessarily most likely. There's a cool D&D chart that says which species can interbreed with which other species. And being a tiefling, tieflings can basically mate with everyone except celestials.
To work, I couldn't zoom in on it at all, so I couldn't read it properly. But
oh,
cool.
Yeah, I zoomed in. Yeah, it's interesting. Same with Dragonborn. Dragonborn are pretty much able to mate with anyone.
Oh, because their dads mated with a dragon.
Yeah, and something about dragon blood.
Hey, that's racist. Oh, Dragonborns aren't descended from dragons. They were slaves of dragons.
In your mythology, there's an entire side note in the book about that.
Also, yes.
Just to make a shameless book plug.
Minor details.
Anyway.
Well, in the plane of existence the Braun comes from, his family were slaves. But, different planes, different planes for different Danes.
Well, and according to, you can raise someone with a certain mythology and belief system, and tell them they were either a slave or something else. And, basically, what is it? Give me a child until he's 6 and I'll have him for life, or whatever it is the missionaries used to say.
No idea.
It's one of those things. Basically, if you indoctrinate them young, you'll have them forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what they did in Australia.
What have you been doing to the boys?
Sorry, what was that?
Which one?
Oh, Jay.
Oh, that's what they did in Australia.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me started. Anyway.
Aussie oxen free.
All right, so let's put another shrimp on this Barbie. You guys have a very nice, pleasant, non-cursed ride in the vessel.
I just gotta establish that
Explicitly
first.
not cursed.
Explicitly not cursed. And you eventually find yourself crossing the sea towards actually a relatively familiar port. Turns out this crew is a trading vessel that's going into Idutan, the home base of the Adventurers Guild.
Cool.
Coincidental.
Well, he's mostly a trading vessel, and that's just one of the 3 major trading ports, that ships go into. Like, kind of like if you were picked up on the ocean between, I don't know, the US and Japan, chances are you're either going to end up in Seattle or Los Angeles.
Or the worst of them all, Seangeles.
Seangeles. Anyways.
Anyway. So we make port at Idutan.
You should recognize this place. You've been here before. It's relatively familiar. Yep. Where do you go from here?
Where do we go now? Where do
we go
from
here? Why doesn't the path seem clear?
Does this town have like a red light district?
Sure, yeah. Just because every town does.
It's literally a district that.
To there.
So Dane's gonna, Dane's. I got an opportunity for you to learn.
Oh, really?
Castros
sounds fascinating.
Yep. So follow me, Alpha.
Yeah, Castros will come with.
And then Dane goes to the nearest house of ill repute.
Ill repute, as in they
as in a brothel.
Do some kind of. Oh, see, well, you're talking the oldest profession, and it's only ill repute if you're against one of the certain religions, but not of the other religions.
Oh, okay. Well, no, brothel. We're going to a brothel.
Just gotta point out that it's only ill if it's within a certain context. Another context is.
I was trying to use a euphemism, but okay, I'll spell it out. We're going to a brothel.
Well, yeah, because I mean, what about the worshippers of Bacchus, or one of those? One of those people.
Yeah, no, I
Oh, those people. What do you mean by those people?
I've never seen regular humanoids mating, I guess. I've been in the forest too long, so this will be interesting.
Oh wait, I guess we're back in a town, so I guess I have to roll. Was it a D100? Did we
Yes.
decide then? All right.
Yes.
I got a 100.
Wow, really?
Oh crap.
Oh crap.
Oh, I gotta look up what that means because
Oh,
I remember
no.
there was something special if you rolled a 100.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. So Dane, you well in the meantime, while Ben's looking that up, basically you go to Alpha and try to take him off, but during the process, Alpha disappears randomly. You're not sure where he went off to, but he disappears for a little while. You get the feeling he'll be back, but for now he is not with you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna kind of wait for him.
So fun. Castros.
So Alpha disappears for a little while, and then he shows back up, and he is carrying a baby with him, a human one at that.
Baby? Where'd the baby come from, Alpha?
We are conducting experiments.
Please elaborate. I'm really curious. I would like to know. What do you mean by experiments?
No, thank you. I haven't had my dinner yet. Thank you very much. I don't want my appetite to get ruined.
No, then you just go walk away.
Oh, well, you always tell me about the miracles of nature and the engineering involved in that, as well as the potential explosive results. However, I am yet to observe. Therefore, I must create the scenarios in order for more notable situations.
Sense. I continue.
Yes.
So,
well, go ahead.
Alpha, just point down the road.
Okay, so Alpha just says, observe, and points down.
So as you follow Alpha's finger and point down the road, you notice a woman walking with a stroller. Nothing particularly fancy, a wooden contraption that has a fabric cover on it. It's kind of a woven wicker looking thing. And she makes it, a few paces, holds the stroller out kind of in front of her as she turns and is looking at a garment hanging from a merchant's display rack. And then you see a very bright flash of light, almost a blinding light that spreads almost 40 feet in radius with an additional 40 feet of dim light coming off of that. You have a bit of a blue after effect in your eyes after witnessing this event.
Wow. All right.
Did the woman in the stroller basically disappear?
No, but you do hear screaming, and there's some burn marks on the ground, as well as the corner of the merchant's display tent is gone.
Oh my god, the baby exploded. See, Alpha, what did I tell you? It totally can happen.
You be quiet. Like, Alpha,
Yes,
what did you do?
I told you. Observational studies. And Alpha just takes out his book and makes little notes about the reactions that are going on.
No,
with all
Alpha,
the humans.
seriously. What exactly did you do? Did you swap the baby with something else?
But of course, how else will I have quantifiable data? So Alpha has like the baby into the crook of his arm and his notepad and just like jotting things down.
So
Can Castros have the baby?
You be quiet. No, Castro is grounded for a little while here.
Well, Castros is gifted in nature. He's probably the most qualified one to take care of a baby.
You're what, lawful neutral? Well, no, you're chaotic neutral.
Yeah, chaotic neutral.
No,
I'm
you'd
the lawful neutral.
be just as likely to leave it up in a tree somewhere.
How's it gonna learn to fly if it doesn't jump out of the tree?
Yeah, the minute it like poops or cries, you're gonna leave it behind somewhere.
It's gotta learn.
Yeah, so no, Castros does not get the baby.
And Castros raised Jeremy up from a baby.
Alright, so as you guys are debating this, Alpha finishes his notes on the observations of the explosion and just takes the child and gives it to you and says, "Will you please take this and return it to the mother? I must observe the reaction to this."
Hands it to Dane or Castros?
Either one. He just kind of is holding it out by like the back of the shirt. He's not very good at holding children, so he just kind of like think Arnold Schwarzenegger when he picks up the child in Terminator 2. It's like, will you please take this and return it? I must observe.
Dane's like, okay. So he takes the baby, walks down to where the stroller is. Hopefully everyone is still kind of blinded because they were at the epicenter of all this. He's going to try and put the baby back in the stroller without anybody noticing.
The stroller's been vaporized.
Yeah, the stroller is just ripped apart. It's definitely not a safe place for a baby.
The mother is still there, right?
The mother is there, though she's received about 19 points of fire damage.
Nice.
So she's got like 3rd-degree burns all over her body from the
and much of the fabrics are, on fire or toasted.
All right. Castros, you come with me. We're going to have to fix this. And this is...
What do you mean me?
This is because this is your fault.
I mean, I can't deny that it's not my fault,
It's
but...
your fault, so you're going to cast Goodberry.
Goodberry and heal the woman?
Yes.
Probably heal wounds would be better.
So fine, so you're going to come with me.
Because then I'd have to force feed her Goodberry if we went that route.
You're going to heal the mother, and I'm going to give the baby back to her.
Trying to make me a good person.
Meanwhile, Alpha is just sitting there taking notes of the whole interaction.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to keep us from getting chased out of town with pitchforks and tar and feathers.
They don't know it's us. Well, until you give back the baby, I guess. I could charm her and then she wouldn't know.
Heal her first and then charm her, sure.
You're no fun. Anyways.
She has to be able to take care of the baby.
Fine. I just so you know, I was raised with no mother and I turned out perfectly fine, so I think this baby is perfectly fine too.
You're borderline psychopath.
Alright. Castros will walk to the woman, place his hand on her, and cast Cure Wounds. That's a 10. No, 11.
That's not bad.
And then, to heal her, one sec. Dum-de-dum-dum. 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier. Actually. Yeah, he'll only do 1d8 because he's salty. I rolled the highest. It's 17. Well, actually, no, it's double that because of the Moonstone, so she's probably fine. It's 17 doubled, so.
So 34?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Wow. Yeah, she is completely healed up and is just, what? Oh my god. Oh, what the?
And then, as she's kind of just about the time she starts looking at the stroller and getting this horrified look on her face, Dane hands her back the baby and says, "Here you go. Your baby is fine."
My god, thank you so much. Oh, my baby. Oh.
High five me? I didn't want to help her.
Alright, so Dane very quickly just kind of turns around and walks back to Alpha.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Alpha the Twins is like taking little notes in this thing and says, "Fascinating. This is very, truly fascinating indeed."
Okay, Castros is gonna look over Alpha's shoulder at his notebook and be like, "What you marking down there? I want to see your notes."
Oh, why? Of course. And he just shows you in this very detailed, factual descriptions of exactly what happened through there.
Nice, perfect.
Starting with even timestamps. The sun was 27 degrees above the horizon when I was able to successfully swap the child with the alternative. Mother is unaware.
Perfect.
Right.
Look, Alpha, just so you know, I want to be involved with any of this stuff moving forward.
Yeah, no.
Why not? Come on, I got so many other things to tell you about nature that you don't know, Alpha.
All you do is create trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, so, Castros, go away for a little bit. Alright, Dane's like, "Alpha, follow me." And he kind of almost tries to drag him into the brothel.
Oh yeah, sure. Castros is the only one that makes trouble. What do you think you're doing, bringing a warforged into a brothel?
You'll just wait. So anyway, so into the brothel we go, and Dane tries to talk to the madam.
Yes, Mr. Dwarf.
Yes, I have my friend here has a rather peculiar appetite. He likes to watch. He likes to watch. So, how much would it cost for Alpha here to watch one of your customers and one of your girls? Have sex?
Well, we only would charge for the standing space in the room, as we have clients which like to pay to be watched. So, have him return in. And she flips open a pocket watch and says, 3 hours from now, he may watch for as long as he wishes.
Perfect.
It will only be, 10 silver.
Okay, that's fine. I hand over 10 silver, and I'm like, all right, Alpha, you're going to get to watch how flesh bags procreate.
Ooh, fascinating.
Oh my god.
And you can take all the notes you want.
Ray's just gonna shake her head, walk out of there, go to the nearest bar, muttering, I just want to go back to my hut in the woods where I don't have to deal with these psychopaths!
Castros wants to look around the brothel himself because he's never been in one.
Castros is probably going to have all kinds of
What?
working girls there glomming onto him, I would guess.
How so? Fascinating. Never has happened before. Let's see.
Well, there are many eyes upon Castros, a variety of species trying to peddle themselves, work their way down, and brush by him a hand at a time as they line up along the wall behind where the madam is standing.
Interesting. So interested in Dane. I'm just gonna take pride in that. Nobody wants the dwarf.
Dane's fine with that.
Tieflings are.
Well, dwarves tend to be pretty straightforward about what they want, so they tend to not be difficult to persuade, whereas tieflings tend to be more into subterfuge, and you have to find what they're interested in.
So they like a challenge.
Yeah, something like that.
Nah.
Well, and tieflings tend to be good looking, so, much better than your typical customer, probably.
Castro's just gonna look around and examine everybody in there and just be like, okay, I think I get it. I don't, but I think I think I can get an idea of what's the point of this.
They're all trying to look very sexy towards you.
Not interested.
Hold on. I got a 19 for a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Halfling. A halfling rolled a 19 in doing a performance to look sexy for you. And let's see, what's the next highest one of the group? Is a 17 on a 1, 2, 3. So I'm having to count across the chart. Ooh, a nymph. And let's see, I'll take one more roll for the next highest of a 15. And that is, a gnome. You got a 15 on a gnome. So there's several of them that are trying to look very sexy for you.
Do I have to roll something to save?
Not necessarily, but that 19 on the the one is looking, it looks very sexy. A 19 is a pretty darn good roll. If it was a 20, I'd say a save, but at a 19, you're just definitely oh, I never noticed you before.
Yeah, Castros will maybe smile at them, but say nothing. And just kind of
madam's
bored.
The madam just looks at you and says, "If you ever have any interests, please let me know. our entire menu is available for our tiefling friends.
Your menu?
Yes.
Oh my god. Alright.
You can
Well,
even
only
try
if I can find a kennel for Jeremy.
You
I'm not gonna make him watch something so hideous and disgusting.
Oh, we have kennels for many of our clients, often by special request.
Oh my god. No. he'll like, God.
And this
No,
whole time,
no.
Alpha's just like observing the entire interactions and discussing. It's like, flashback mating rituals are so interesting indeed.
Interesting. Cassius is gonna be like, no. You see, and he'll like take Jeremy and like hold Jeremy out in his arms, so Jeremy is like hanging onto like his wrist and like hanging down. He's like, no, not for me.
Oh, for your little sloth friend there, perhaps.
Yeah. And if any of the ladies who are trying to, I don't know, whatever they're trying to do at the moment, dislike animals or dislike this sloth, then they can say goodbye. He's not even interested.
Oh.
He just likes to mess with them.
Might I suggest a sensual grooming from our gnomely companion here?
For the tiefling or the sloth?
Yeah, for who?
For the sloth.
No. Jeremy will be protected. He'll like clutch Jeremy to him and be like, "No, how dare you try to tarnish Jeremy?"
It's not tarnishing. It's grooming. He'll be like get a bath and
Well, as long as you promise not to put your disgusting hands on him. Well, unless you're, you know what I mean. Just how about?
Well,
never mind.
that hands-on is the whole point.
Exactly. What do you mean by grooming?
Well, I mean, it's a sloth, so probably brushing out its hair and, massaging it.
For me to have something like that, because he needs some stress relief now, but that's it.
I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of a, sloth spa. Like, dip them in some kind of special mud or something.
There we go. Alright. Sure, is there a sloth spa?
Oh, yes. We can dip your furry companion in one of our most sensual mud baths, trim his nails to the absolute peak of sharpness, shine, and we can even, we have this new painting process to give them whatever color you wish. We can even multi-hue and tone them so they shine like a brooch upon your breast.
I will pay for something to be done for Jeremy. Like, that sounds nice for him, but I will only allow it if I am in the room the entire time.
Oh, here, and the madame raises her hand and points at the... What did I say that one was? Oh yeah, it was the gnome over there, because they're a nature folk. Points over at that one and says, "Oh, come. We have a sloth for you to pamper." And she just looks at you and says, a single gold piece for your companion. You may follow.
Oh, yeah, I'll hand over the gold piece and follow closely after.
Excellent. The gnome walks up and holds out its hands to take Jeremy from you.
Now I'll hold Jeremy until we get there.
It kind of cocks its head and nods and then turns around and leads you down a hallway and into a door off to the left.
Alright, bye guys. I guess I'm gonna spend some time in a brothel.
Yep.
Doing the normal brothel deed of grooming my sloth.
Okay, sounds good.
Just for fun, I'm gonna look something. Just roll something. Jeremy's pretty dirty. It's gonna take some doing to get all of the dirt of the road out, and you're gonna be there a while just for the bath initially, and then there's the dip and everything. So all in all, what was supposed to just be like a 3-hour tour turned into like a 12-hour ordeal for you.
Even Jeremy, even if these filthy people just throw themselves on me, I'm not leaving Jeremy.
Oh no, you just sit there and watch as Jeremy is just absolutely pampered. There is a smile ear to ear on his face. I mean, he looks like, yeah, the happiest grinning DMV worker from Zootopia.
Perfect. All right. As long as Jeremy's happy, this is fine. I can wait 12 hours easy. Jeremy is my one true friend.
Oh my god.
Well, it is successful.
All right.
Cool.
So
Well, I guess while Jeremy's having his 12-hour thing, and Castros is gonna blatantly turn down anyone who comes at him. And what are you guys doing?
So after 3 hours is up, I'm like, all right, Alpha, follow the madam here, and you will learn everything you need to know about flesh bags, the mating ritual, and its consummation.
Fascinating.
All right, Alpha goes in, and Alpha, just for fun, go ahead and roll me a 1d20.
Okay. We get 6.
Wow, that was terrible. But I decided to roll twice to see what would happen, and I rolled a 3 and a 4. So, amazingly, you're successful at.
Oh,
Yeah, you stand there and you get to observe everything. All information you could ever want or need at type, style, position is all yours now.
Okay. A little confused why you're having him learn these things. He's not an idiot. He's just a little bit naive.
Well, yes,
Well-
He's read the books.
Yes, but let's just say that, much like Commander Data, you have recorded several techniques that may be usable in case you run into your own Tasha Yar someday.
you know, nothing actually compares to first-person observation.
True.
God, poor Alpha.
Well,
Poor Alpha. He literally just blew up a baby stroller and maimed a mother. Like, oh yes, the poor guy.
Oh, true. Oh, this is his punishment. This is to atone for his sins.
This by being even more sinful, yes.
Wow.
I think this is my favorite episode we've done yet.
so
Oh my god.
there's a method to all this madness because Alpha has some rather dangerous ideas about flesh bag reproduction. So kind of need to make sure he's educated before he blows anything else up. So if anybody needs a good in-depth birds and the bees kind of education series, it's Alpha. So
Wouldn't it have been a better choice to take him to like a midwife then?
oh well, that'll happen, but he's gonna ask about this, so I figured I'd just kind of start at the beginning and work my way to the end.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Ray is getting wasted at the bar to forget all this ever happens.
Probably a good choice.
Oh my god. This episode's great.
Okay, so that happened.
Now Jeremy's gonna be nice and sparkly.
Oh yes, Jeremy is cleaner than he has ever been before. His coat is just crimped and fluffed, and he's like a poodle going into the National Dog Show.
Perfect. Oh, Jeremy, you're beautiful, darling. Beautiful. Thank you, gnome lady.
All right. So Alpha gets done. Comes back down. Dane's like, "So Alpha, did you learn anything?"
Nothing particularly interesting, but it is definitely fascinating overall.
God.
Okay. All right.
I want to throw something else out in there just for the fun of it. Alpha, roll me a 1d20 real quick and tell me what you get.
13.
13. Okay. Cool, because I finally rolled better. I did a 19 on the line. So I'm going to say that at some point, as you're just standing there observing, they like toss some sheets and stuff over you, mistaking you for a like coat rack.
Eating rituals truly are fascinating.
Oh my god!
So are you saying that Alpha actually misses most of it?
No,
A good
he
portion.
was. No. He just happened to be standing there observing for so long. They're like, oh, just we need to get this sheet out of the way. So they just like tossed it up over his arm.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Well, I mean, he's emulated a candlestick before, so this is not too much different.
Exactly.
Oh, God. All right.
All right. Okay. So, about what time is it now?
Oh, it's late. Like I'll say you came in probably on like say the morning tide, and it's the end of the day. Most places, reputable shops are closing down. Bars, taverns, and brothels are open. But you've been there a long time, and the Madame is more along the lines of, hey, you either need to spend a bunch more money or get the hell out.
All right, so we leave and go find an inn.
Okay. You successfully do so. No need to roll. There's a lot of inns in Idutan, just because it's a popular port. And you...
But how many outs are there?
Many outs as well.
Oh, the land
Definitely.
This is the land of ins and outs.
Yep. There's so many outs you could even call whole innings.
God.
All right, I'll stop.
All right. Castorus will go find some bush somewhere to sleep in instead with Jeremy all nice and clean.
Do you try to find a bush just like in kind of like a small park area within town, or do you go out of town? Like, do you actually go out of the gates?
Because my party will be mad at me if I don't, so...
You just find a little bush somewhere.
Yeah, just a bush is fine.
Okay, I'm good with that. Everyone else who's inside, so Dane, Ray, and Alpha, I'm assuming you're all kind of just hanging out, drinking with the locals type of thing?
Yes, because Alpha's known for his alcohol consumption.
Well, Alpha, you just kind of hang out with everyone anyway, so... I mean,
Yeah, he's observing.
Dane's a dwarf. They're known heavy drinkers, and Ray's elf. Yeah, elf. Who, they will occasionally fall for the annoyance of dwarves getting them to drink, but have a just unholy constitution that generally doesn't allow them to get drunk.
Ray's been drinking for... How old is Ray?
Ray is pretty young for an elf, anyways.
Yeah, but so how old does it say she is?
120.
Yeah, Ray's got probably a good century of drinking experience, so...
I don't. Well, would it be a century? Because I'd imagine a bartender at some point whipping out the like races and ages book and being like, "Oh, you're an elf. That means you got to be," and like looking it up and it being, 50 or something compared to the human 21 or dwarfish 35.
Well, I don't know. I mean, is there even really a drinking age in this world, or is it just like as long as you have money, you can drink?
Yeah, if you got money, you can see over the bar. It's all good.
Yeah, see? So there you go.
I was just trying to make a comparative, races joke.
Yep. I understand.
Yep, I'm working on that, what is it? Critical race theory, critical race age theory.
Oh no!
Anyway, so you guys are all chilling, and just for fun, make a perception check.
3.
Ray
Alpha's
got
still
a nat
processing
20.
exactly what happened.
Yeah. All right, I heard alphas. What was everyone else?
Ray got a nat 20.
Okay.
Dane got a 14.
Castro's got
14.
13.
Well, Castros, you're out chilling and doing your thing, so you're not really part of this. But Ray, you overhear basically every conversation of interest in the tavern, and the one particularly that focuses your attention is a bunch of people talking about it's getting dangerous out there. Have you noticed how entire shipping ports are starting to be shut down? We can't get contracts to go to entire islands now. Many of the old routes that we used to be able to take have been blocked, and they're sending us sailing hundreds of miles away from where all of the old charts say to go.
Interesting. Does Ray ask what's going on?
Sure. Even though.
Now you're gonna go in. You just go down and start talking to the guys.
Yep.
They look skeptically at you, being a middle-aged elf. Roll a persuasion. Tell me what you get.
Yeah. 6.
6. They just kind of like, oh yeah, it's just sailor talk. It's not that big of a deal. And you're going, well, wait a sec. I just overheard you talking about this. And like, oh yeah. Nothing for you people to worry yourselves with. Just keep the coin flowing, and we'll keep the trade going. It's all good.
What do you mean, you people?
Well, you know how it is. Humans, they make the mechanics work. Orcs go off and fight, and elves, shop and run the money.
Excuse you.
I'm probably, elves, because you live so long. You control the world. You run all the purse strings.
This elf here did not become an outlander, move out on her own to be called someone who just shops for a living. I can take down a freaking orc, dude.
And he's like, really? And he puts his elbow up on the bar and says, give me your right hand.
Alrighty.
And roll a strength check.
Alright. 7.
You should stop using that dice.
Yeah, your arm gets just slammed down to the bar, and everyone just bursts out laughing. And the guy behind you puts a hand on your shoulder and is just cracking up and says, here, have a drink on me there.
Castros, I'm not a murderer.
Oh, to be fair, Castros isn't there right now. He's
No,
there in spirit saying, slit his throat, slit his throat.
Good lord.
He made fun of you. Make him pay for it.
I'll say, alrighty, I'll take your drink. Only if you'll oblige me with another go.
Well, the guy behind you was offering the drink. The guy in front was the one that you arm wrestled. So you're telling the guy in front to wrestle, or someone else?
I'll buy you the drink to give me another go at that.
Okay, so you're like, whatever. And then, all right. So the guy looks at you. He's like, really? You want a rematch that quickly? All right. I'm up for it.
Alright. Nat 20! Take that, sucker!
Oh. I'm glad you did that, because I rolled a 17. Yeah, you just kind of look at him dead-eyed. The arms go up, he tenses his shoulder, and you just slam it down and just, break the bones in the back of his hand you hit so hard against the bar top.
How's that for an elf?
And then a bar fight breaks out.
Let's go, boys!
Oh, somebody grab Castros. He needs to be part of this.
Ray got a little tipsy.
There's quite the battle. Let's just say that the bouncers come in, the bartender hops up on the table with a bat. Everyone beats the crap out of everyone. And eventually, you guys all make it to bed for a nice long rest.
Racist coming.
We're not racist. Well, actually, they kind of were. That was very definitely a reference. All right. That's... okay.
I was referring to the Will Smith movie, Bright. Do you know that one?
Yes, I do. That was actually a really good movie.
That was what I was referring to when they're talking about, like the orcs play football, the humans run all of this stuff, and the elves shop.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. I only saw that movie once, so
I think everyone did. I see a movie once and I remember the whole thing. So
I used to be like that, but now it takes like 10 times.
Jeez.
I'm aware you laugh at every movie like you've seen it for the first time.
Anyway, so the episode fades to black on this nice bar fight. You guys do make it into bed. And we pick up next time, having everyone fully rested on a new morning in the port city where infinite possibilities await.
Okay, sounds
Nice. God, this is so fun. I think this episode has been my favorite so far. So many laughs.
Well, that was nowhere at all where I expected that to go.
It was kind of a 90-degree turn, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
The only problem with sitting in port now is we got to make sure that Alpha doesn't wander off again, because I think it's every 8 hours or so he sits in an establishment. There's a chance he can run off and steal a baby.
No, it's just once per day. I'm pretty sure it was once per day.
All right,
Yeah.
if it's once per day, then we're on the next day, starting next time.
Oh my god, I love that is a thing now.
Hey, you guys, your actions have consequences. You're taking advantage of an impressionable automaton.
I'm not.
Consequences.
Casseros.
Yeah, what do you mean consequences?
Really, says the dwarf who took him to a brothel.
Well, yes, because you've been given misinformation. It's time for you to actually learn what actually goes on. Don't
Why
worry.
would he care about the mating practices?
Well, you just seem interested in the whole biological thing anyway, so next we'll take you to a midwife and you can watch the miracle of birth live.
Are you sure you want to have him there for that process?
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea, come to think of it.
You don't think so?
Castros has made too much of an impression. Too late for him.
Well, we can't have him go around stealing random babies either, so maybe we should just set up an interview with the midwife, and the midwife can explain to him what actually happens when someone gives birth.
That doesn't explain away the fact that babies can explode.
Yeah, it's a statistical anomaly.
Yeah.
You said that there was a chance they can explode, not that they will explode. So therefore, since he hasn't seen it, he must create the situations to observe the reactions.
Yeah, but he's not really... he basically planted a bomb in a stroller. That's really not that's not baby exploding. That's something else exploding. And just,
Well, that
Yes,
partially, in his defense, that he did roll a 100 on a D100, so we had a special circumstance.
Yeah, but it's... I think Dane's going to try and do everything in his power to kind of get Castros on the... not Castros, Alpha on the correct... Kind of just, set the information back to default as opposed to what he's doing right now, which is kind of off the beaten path by a lot.
Well, Dane didn't spend all of his time in the forest watching animals all the time. How does he know there's not a chance that babies can explode?
Dane is an outlander. He did goat herding and sheep herding. He has witnessed the miracle of life many, many times.
Still, it's not as, broad as, a bunch of different animal species. I'm just saying. Castros is
Yeah, goats and sheep don't blow up, but what about, pigs? What about sloths? Yeah, see?
That's how I got Jeremy. His litter mates blew up upon birth and killed his parents, and he was orphaned.
See, there you go.
Tragic backstory.
The tragic backstory of Jeremy. See, I've seen it happen. I've been scarred. I must share what I know.
Yeah.
This has been an Azentuary LLC production. Find us online at azentuary.com for our character bios, merchandise, Patreon, and more. Thank you for listening.
Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off.